quite a contrast from last week. You didn't have much pressure, and you were nearly flawless.
Yeah, I think we had a great scheme in our passing attack, and the coaches did a great job of dialing up some great plays, and off the line blocked well, receivers caught the ball well, running backs ran hard, and we had some great plays, but a couple mistakes we got to clean up.
All right, we're going to come over here to Spencer Holbrook.
Julian, do you think that obviously the competition level a little bit different, but do you think that this was a good step forward for you in your second start?
Yeah, I think the whole week we kind of been talking about last week's done with, and how can we improve and how can we get better. And I think this week of practice was very important for us. And showing up in this game, I think we took a good step forward and just getting better. And it's all about how can we improve from week 1 to week 2 to week 3, and just keep stacking days.
Dylan Davis.
Have you ever completed 16 straight passes in your career before? And what's that feel like when you're on the field and you have that hot hand? Do you realize you have that hot hand?
I don't think I've done that before, but I think it's just when you get those completions kind of racking up, it builds confidence, and then the energy from the other players in the offense. When they start seeing we're moving the ball down the field like that, the other guys are bringing energy. Joe
Nugent.
First touchdown pass to Will Kazmarek. What kind of weapon can he be for this team in the passing game? Yeah,
I think Will. He's a great tight end, and that was a great route by him, great catch, and our whole tight end room, we're very deep at tight end, and they all have different skill sets, but they have a lot of impact on our offense. So that was a great catch by him, and love to see it from him.
Front row, Clay Hall.
Julian, when you see Jeremiah leaking behind the defense, immediately triggers the throw?
Yeah, for sure. We had that one, kind of backed up on our own 12-yard line or something. But we practiced that play all week. And it was awesome to go see us execute it.
Go over here to the right side, Cameron Teague Robinson.
Julian, right here. Do you go into a Texas game where, obviously the game plan is a little more conservative, and then they want you to throw it a lot more today, and you can throw it around the field to a bunch of different weapons. How much does having the skill position group that you have help you just kind of fill the void of whatever Ryan or whatever Brian call for you?
Yeah, it's a huge impact. Having the receivers that we do here, having the offensive line being able to protect for that long, and then having the running backs who not only protect but then also get out in the route tree. So it was awesome to see. Those receivers today made some great plays, and they were running great routes, and they were always getting open.
Front row, Joey Kaufman.
Julian, on the touchdown to Will, the first one, Coach Day says when you see the defenders back, that's like a sign they're open. When you see the defenders back, what's that feeling like when you have a shot like that?
Yeah, that's what we talk about in practice a lot. A blind defender, when he's kind of trailing him and he's not looking at us, is an open receiver. So once I saw him had a step or two on him, was ready to let it rip, and he made a great catch and had some run after the catch for the touchdown.
All right, second row left, Patrick Murphy.
Julian, Coach Dates talked about building off of this, knowing this was an overmatched opponent. How do you kind of go forward, look at this film, maybe sort of doing this for the first time in a game like this, knowing that you have to improve, but maybe some things came a little bit easier than they will in future games?
Yeah, I think, Coach Day always says that the issues are always there. So, we made some great plays today, but, there's definitely stuff to clean up. The turnover that I had in the red zone, can't have that. Can't turn the ball over as a quarterback. So definitely some stuff to clean up, and we'll watch the tape, and, we need to grow from it and be ready for next week.
All right, we'll go over here to Stephen Means.
Julian, speaking of your one incompletion on today, what's the conversation like when you make a throw like that? Was it maybe just not a good throw? Was it a bad decision? What did you guys talk about on the iPad after you got a chance to see that play?
Yeah, it was a bad decision on my part, and, we just got to watch the tape and move on and learn from it because can't have those mistakes.
We'll go over here to the front row, Jeff Gilbert.
Julian, how well are you at the line before the snap, really understanding I know where the ball is going to go on this play? Or are you having to wait for it to develop a little bit and decide then? Or are you really seeing it really well to start?
Yeah, there's definitely some pre-snap element to it. That's from the preparedness that the coaches have for us. But you also have to, let the defense kind of dictate where it goes based on their drops. So it's a little bit of pre-snap identification, and then post-snap confirmation is what we say in the quarterback room.
All right, then last question in the back left.
Julian, after sitting behind Will for a year and then coming out with a little more conservative play calling, in the first game, how does it feel for you to be able to get out there and, actually let loose, be on the field like that?
Yeah, it was awesome. Had a lot of fun today. Can't say enough about the receiving room, the running backs, and the offensive line. Just everyone doing their part and making the offense move.
All right, Julian, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.